Hello, Gigs.
Hello, Alan.
Do you wonder, many years back we used to have colorful printed pamphlets depicting timetables of airlines to inform passengers about schedule, type of fleet, security, food on board, baggage information, as well as origin and destinations. But now you hardly see such an information.
Yes, world has changed now and it's more digital. Most of the airlines have stopped printing timetable as they moved to paperless electronic information. This has also helped them in reducing the cost as well as to avoiding any delay between change of schedule and arrival of new timetable. Most of the airlines have their timetables available online or through search engine on their websites. The old paper timetable are in archives now.
Can you throw some light on how timetables are determined?
Airline Airline Timetable, or you may call it schedules, is the first basic requirement for any aviation company for its operations and business plan to be offered to customers as well as relevant stakeholders. Arriving to a scheduled timetable is a very tedious process as it involves a lot of labor and preparation as thousands of flights operate every day. Though an airline may be offering thousands of destinations a day, but it has to ensure profitability to maintain regular operation of the OD pair and airline language. Correct, that is origin and destination.
Oh, I see. Before you schedule a flight and come out with any timetable, you must be deliberating on various challenges and probabilities.
The airlines generally come out with schedule twice a year based on the IATA scheduling conferences held twice a year. Clearance of airlines scheduling during the stipulated seasons, which can be either a summer or a winter seasons, based on the allocation of slots mutually agreed by participants. Based on the slot allocation approved, the airlines are permitted to operate on the designated pair of sectors. In particular to the domestic operations, it is conducted locally within each country. Any schedule has to have your regulator's approval before you operate a flight.
How airlines plan?
Basically, schedule or timetables are planned well in advance by airlines based on strategies well drawn by skilled teams who prepare several drafts before arriving at a final plan. The plans are generally based on existing fleet or additional fleet requirements that have been outlined. The planning has to be in such a way so that it suffices its objective successfully. The schedule planners have to balance it well to achieve most productive schedule. The schedule is basically an extension of earlier schedule with incorporation of changes based on market dynamics. While preparing the schedule for the market, you have to divide same into many requirements.
What are those important components before you arrive on a final plan?
Firstly, it is the demand in the market which determines how airline scheduling should be in the coming schedule or seasonal timetables. The schedule planners are required to have sufficient information available in order to be well equipped to present a decent information to stakeholders within the company. Lots of data are already available in market or any other sources wherein you can check the movement of market to your best analysis. You can have your own historical data, trades historical data. You normally take the yield management inputs also as how the flights have performed, including the profitability matrix. The airlines have sales and agents also who from time to time may be providing vital inputs from market in order to incorporate in the business plan. The basic aim of an airline timetable is to satisfy passengers' preferences, needs and wants. With the inputs with regards to date, time of the flight, the days of the week, the frequency of the flights and so on and so forth. But since the passengers may not be knowing the complex mechanism of schedule, but if it meets the requirements you can very well implement them.
It means the schedule or the timetable are the most important part of the airline's products.
Well said. If the scheduling team and strategists have done a deep dive study of market, behavior of passengers' preferences, proper forecasts, alignments to sales or agents' plan, revenue management inputs, yield management with other inputs, also your job is almost done with a solid base. Although you may have done a good alignments based on marketing study, but still you need a regular watch on competitors who may be intruding your products more effectively. You must have seen the market share reports of various airlines and media which states it all as well. In the reports you can also see the on-time performance of airlines, load factors, city pair valuable, fare buckets which play a significant role in profitability as well as higher revenues targets required.
Do the fares play a role in scheduling or timetables?
Fares play a vital role in schedule or timetables preparations. Airlines generally prefer to have maximum passengers yield, that is an average price passengers pays to fly. It is usually based on mileage basis. Further, airlines prefer to have maximum occupancy rate also in order to sell more seats on a particular flight to increase profitability for a viable business. So pricing of a ticket plays a significant role in schedule planning. Airlines do recognize that each saleable ticket has a pricing threshold. So in order to sell a ticket on a right price, the airlines have to know the passenger's willingness to pay per seat or ticket on any OD pair that is from origin to destination. Airlines have a dynamic mechanism of revenue management to lure customers by offering them discounted fares if booked well in advance, or charging higher than threshold when only few seats are available, or vice versa. So once airlines are sure they can compete for market demand, they step in to develop an appropriate network structure. Airlines fares can be of different types, which is entirely a vast subject.
So how do the airlines decide as which type of aircraft to be deployed on any particular routine? Like a small aircraft or a big aircraft? In airlines language, you can say a narrow-bodied aircraft, wide-body aircrafts, or even any other type in the scheduling or timetables.
Fleet assignment is a very important part of airlines' network, as assigning a particular type of aircraft to each route ensures minimum operating costs as well as reduces spillage of revenue. Sometimes you may have a situation where you operated a particular aircraft, but you had to turn away passengers due to low available capacity. If you operated smaller aircraft on a huge demand sectors, you may lose the market, or if you operated larger aircraft with lower demand of seats, your revenue will nosedive due to overcapacity, leading to lowering the fares. We must understand airlines can make profits only when their aircrafts keep flying. Aircrafts on ground make no money. Aircraft utilization plays a significant role to decrease indirect costs to airlines also.
Any idea on utilization on types of aircraft?
Good question. It can vary from airlines to airlines based on their suitability, but on long-haul utilization is approximately 12 to 13 hours, whereas on short-haul it is 7 to 8 hours daily. On low-cost carrier it could be 8 to 9 hours per day, and some good airlines have better utilizations.
How do the airlines maintain rotation of the aircrafts? Are all aircrafts available for usage at any given time?
Each aircraft is mandated to have regular maintainable checks between a particular blocks of flying time and should not cross certain limited as mandated by aircraft manufacturing company or irregularity requirements. The planning and operations team ensures sufficient maintenance time for each aircraft. It also means that on a particular day all aircrafts may not be flying across the globe available in company's inventory. The planners do consult engineering teams about aircraft maintenance requirements to avoid schedules being affected. The planners must include maintenance period in the schedule to avoid any confusion.
Although airlines may be having a regular maintenance period, but even then aircraft may have technical issues which could require airlines to provide a standby aircraft on a particular day.
Interesting. Schedule planners must ensure to provide reliable and punctual services, but this could be easier than done. Aircraft delays are inevitable despite schedule planners' competence in crafting optimal schedules ever. It is not always the delays will be attributed to maintenance. It could also be due reactionary, air traffic controlling, airport, weather, operational, ground as well as other factors, even passengers' delays. The airlines must be ready to deal with such contingent situations whenever it happens. Planners must also incorporate such softwares which can throw some light on punctuality record of each aircraft to predict future performance. As far as standby aircrafts are concerned, most of the airlines face constraints on this subject unless your financials are good. The conditions of the aircrafts as far as an age of fleet, competitive environment. The standby arrangements are unviable as it could lead to underutilized aircrafts. This is the reason why good airlines prefer young and reliable fleet, so that standby arrangements are not required. On prestigious routes, standby arrangements are must to avoid any backlash from passengers.
Many often it is observed that due to non-availability of crew, flights get delayed. So does it affect the rotation also?
Crew scheduling is the most difficult task, and airlines generally divide it into two categories. That is cabin crew who take care of passengers. Another is cockpit crew who operate and execute the flights. Although the airlines have good software to prepare a good rosters, that is assigning of duties based on requirements. The crew positioning is a very tough task as it has many painful variables attached to it, like skill requirements, qualifications of working on a particular flight, concurrency of licenses requirements, labor laws, adherence to agreements. Airlines are supposed to work efficiently within set of constraints and rules, ensuring a good crew rosters with required qualifications and moving them in least minimum time. Reducing crew delay help in cutting rotation issues as well as enhance on-time performance of airlines.
Many airlines maintain the same time for departure or arrival on particular odd pairing, that is origin and destinations from seasons to seasons or year on year.
You are right, many airlines generally maintain the timing of their prestigious route, and you may have observed even passengers learn by heart the flight numbers and timings. Sometimes you have smart passengers who know more about the airline's scheduling and type of aircraft operating on a particular day. The airlines maintaining the particular timings are known as clock-face timings.
Thanks gig. So the main objective of schedule or timetables are customer satisfaction, good productivity of resources available, high aircraft utilization, optimum load factors, higher frequencies, efficient connections and consistent timings.
Correct. The schedule planning is a grueling task and may also come under several factors like slot problems, night curfews in terms of airlines at various airports, industry regulations, pool agreements and surcharges. The purpose of flight planning is to ensure safe passage of an aircraft from one location to another efficiently. Thanks.
Welcome. So I may conclude. A plan is what and a schedule is when. So it takes both a plan and schedule to get things done. Bye-bye.